Hey everybody, welcome to the podcast. Today we have a talking stick. We're not allowed to talk over each other. I'm going to pretend like that's the reason we only have one mic and not because I forgot it at home 3 hours away from here in a different state. But yeah, I'm in a different state right now. My mind's on cloud nine, brother. We're all on that Dracula flow. Yeah, Riley has a presentation today, so sit tight, get ready for it, sit down, get your wedgie out. It's time to pay attention. Wait, hold on. Do you want to say anything?
No. Oh, poop.
Okay, good.
I thought you were just gonna be like, this don't mean nothing to me, man. I'm on 16 garbanzo beans. We're smoking out of a glass pipe, blowing the Lord's bubbles.
I'm a dog.
I'm a dog. I'm biting the fart bubbles in the bath. That mother must be from Arkansas, because he's smoking that Little Rock, baby. Big Bill.
Jordy chose to be with a demon. Sounds like that's her problem.
It don't mean nothing to me, man. Well, speaking of Dracula flow, what is more Dracula-like than finance ghouls?
Who are we talking about? Are we talking about
Not just finances in general, pretty
the
much.
guy who boxed Michael in the Creative Clash?
No idea.
I don't know.
He's a rich philanthropist on YouTube, being like, the reason you're broke is because you drink too much Starbucks.
There are a million of those. I'm sure that they've got a specific name though. I'm not like really deep into the Creator Clash popular YouTubers lore, to be perfectly honest. But you can go.
This is a public statement. Maxie thinks he can take. He can take.
No,
Yep,
no,
yep.
say it online.
Maxie thinks he can take Michael.
Give me a month.
Give you a month.
Give you.
He thinks he can outbox Michael. What's his full name?
I don't know, man.
Lily Pichu's boyfriend. He thinks that he can outbox him.
Look at him.
If you watch Michael Reeves, that's his name, right? I'm not thinking of somebody.
I don't know Twitch streamers.
All right.
I don't know YouTubers.
Yeah.
All right, so
As we've already stated, I only know books. I'm sorry.
you're such a bibliophile.
I hate that word.
Yeah, me too. I hate that word too. But
Bibliophile.
Michael Reeves,
Biblioteca.
La Biblioteca. Yeah. Hold
All
on.
I'm saying.
I'm looking him up.
is in my prime. In my prime. Give me 1 month of just working out, and I can do it.
Yeah. So Michael. So so
Just like The Rock.
No, just.
so here you go. So Michael Reeves, if you're willing to go into the next Creator Clash with Smuggy, yeah, go ahead. You have full permission.
Yeah, kick my ass.
Kill Maxie.
Yeah. Same height, same weight.
I don't know about that one.
Yeah, you are.
All right. It's a tornado tag match of Maxie and Chase versus Michael Reeves and one person of his choosing, a second of his choosing. That's going to be it. They're going to kill both of you.
Ooh, wait, what?
Don't worry about it. So
If we had a month, of working out, I'm just saying we could probably take a lot of people.
Go ahead, say that again. Say it with your chest.
I don't know. I think like literally give us both. Give us 1 month, and all we're. Well,
Too tall, dude.
you would kill.
Yeah.
I'm just no, literally. Give me a month. Give me a month. I'll start working out right now.
All right.
I gotta be motivated to fight somebody. I can't just fight random people. I don't have the fighting spirit. It's why I didn't go anywhere in wrestling in high school. I was just like, I don't got the rest. I don't got the fighting spirit. I don't got it. Don't got that killer instinct. I ain't got that dog in me.
When I was wrestling when I was a kid or whatever, I was on a team where the coach had his own kid, and I would constantly beat the coach's kid, and I don't know if I should say this. Oh my god, my dad is such a... Okay, so later on in life, like during high school, the kid came out as gay. And my dad was like, damn, it looks like you beat that guy so hard. you unlock something special in him. And I'm like, no, Dad, stop him. I'm like, Dad, you piece of shit, shut the fuck up.
This only reinforces the toes bit. That for some reason.
All right, look. I don't know what we're doing anymore. Okay.
This is a great opener.
I was fit as hell. I think another month I could probably get back to a normal shape.
Maxie had 6-pack abs when he was 10 years old. I'm not joking. He was like, not just like, oh, he's skinny. He was shredded as like a 10-year-old. And then he got and then he had asthma, and then he got chubby, and then he was like, I'm chubsters now. And then I was like, that's fine. But me as a little kid, I was like chubby, and then I was like skinny, and then I was malnutrition, and now I'm 145,
I stopped.
somewhere around there. I was 160, and then people were calling me big, and I was like, I can't do that.
Well, I stopped playing sports because when I wrestled, I did like a open thing where we were like, it was like a state thing, but they didn't do it by like weight class or even height or something. So I got paired up against this who was like at least 5.5 feet, and I'm like 10, 12, and I'm me, so I'm like 4 foot something, and so this guy, all he did was fall on me to win. And so like, I stopped wrestling because of that, because it wasn't fucking fair and fun, and it ruined my spirit. And then I stopped playing baseball because I tried to get into my school's baseball team, and evidently like my dad said like it was just something like they already had kids picked anyway, so they weren't going to pick anybody else outside of the ones that I thought were going to go into the sports team anyway. I was so angry. I was like, yeah, I'm not doing sports anymore. These people suck. And you know what? My dad calculated my batting average for like the years while like in my like high school when I was doing it for like not intramural. I think it was AAA, not AAA. Whatever the kids A is or whatever. It's not little league. It was the
program. It's like a state thing.
Yeah. My batting average was like 600. Like on kids, so you know it would get worse when I'm older.
That's
but
how
you know,
most high school sports shit works anyway. Like if you can't get into a specific program, like you just don't go anywhere with sports.
Yeah, I mean like they weren't throwing anything, but like fastballs.
I used to do sparring matches with people, like boxing, and like they would send me well, not they. It was just we were at a gym, and then random people who wanted to spar would be like 6'3", 6'5", and I'd be like, yeah, sure, let's spar, I guess. And then once it gets too crazy, I'm just tapping out. And like just having a dude who's like 6'5" and like 300 pounds, like just like check you in the chest randomly, you just realize like, man, why do people do this? You know, it's like I was like, man, I just wanted to have some cardio, have some fun, and now I'm going home with like a broken rib. Like I'm just going home with like my ribs feeling like they're cracked, and then
People are crazy.
yeah, and dude, and you can't box just for funsies. Like people, I mean, you can, right? But you got to be in like an environment where people like to box just for fun.
Specific league, yeah.
Yeah, cause like.
How that shit works.
Yeah, because, like, some dude will come into a gym that you're just chilling at with a ring. They'll come in and be like, oh, you want to spar? And you're like, yeah, sure, dude. And you're just talking all crazy, you know, like, you know, oh, this is going to be so much fun. Like, I'm gonna beat you, man. Don't worry about it. You know, just like light banter. And then, yeah, and then you get in the ring and he's like trying to break your sternum. Like, you're like, what are you doing?
You with the Balrog super from Street Fighter.
Yeah, he's just crazy. I mean, that happened more times than not, but at the same time, I don't know. I think boxing's fun. I don't think I could beat Michael Reeves. I think he would kick my ass.
I think most people would kick my ass.
In a boxing match. I'm gonna say, like, if it was like I got. What? Is he a good boxer?
I mean, like anybody can be like rudimentary good at like boxing if they really try, if they have the build and body for it, though.
Riley, I'm gonna pull up the video of Michael Reeves training his boxing. You're gonna
I mean, I can
yeah.
believe it. If he's like a fit guy, you can probably do really well.
No. I'm saying he's cracked. Like he practices like drills for boxing every day.
Yeah,
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
Most people can probably do it if if they really apply themselves and do it. It's why like Logan Paul and his brother are pretty passable at boxing, or I would say more than passable. If they actually tried and actually signed up for like actual leagues and not just exhibition matches and shit, they'd probably do pretty well and go pretty far. But like if you're pretty tall, if you got some long reach, if you have the right build for it, if you got the right mindset for it, you can go pretty far in boxing. You can do a lot of good shit in boxing. And any combat sports really. Like most people can train pretty well for combat sports, but if you're like someone like CM Punk or something like that where you have like you just don't have the build for like combat sports at all. Like you're just this weird skinny reedy thing that like has no reach, has no finesse, you just die, right?
So this is Michael Reeves versus Stephen Graham.
Who's these blue shorts or?
This is younger one, Michael Reeves.
Yeah, black shorts, yeah.
And then ready? This is the biggest one. Here it comes. Here it comes.
Yeah.
You'll see it. You'll see it.
Okay.
Nasty.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, yeah. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if you actually have like the aptitude and you know what you're doing, if you recognize like your opponent is dog shit, you can take advantage of that really good. Because he's just like, he's not even really using finesse. He's just like, oh, this guy has no way of protecting against me just fucking drilling him in the face. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. Just pummel that fucking idiot in the face. Like, yeah. I mean, again, that's the aptitude I'm talking about.
Like at a gym too, like a lot of times when you do like boxing, it's because it's like a cardio thing. It's not the fact of like can you beat somebody in a fight, it's can you last 10 rounds with somebody constantly moving and throwing punches.
Yeah.
Like and blocking punches. Because yeah, which is like that's a whole other thing. Do I think you could KO him? Yes. Do I think if you didn't KO him you would win after 10 rounds of boxing? I don't think anybody could do that in like a month. If somebody's been training for a year, that's like a year of running marathons. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that's yeah. Like if
there was some like one of Logan Paul's idiot friends after like Devontae Wilder lost his heavyweight championship or whatever to I don't remember the guy who that
oh, I forget who fought Wilder too. Was it Wilder?
he still has the belt. He's gonna fight like I think it's this weekend or next or whatever the fuck. But like he lost the belt, and that one of Logan Paul's moron friends was like, I could totally take him, and then everybody in the room was like, no, is that a joke, or are you actually serious that you could fight Devontae Wilder? I could totally take Devontae Wilder. Like, no, you don't have the training for that. Deontay Wilder.
I always thought it was Devontae.
I'm a moron, so I don't doubt that. But yeah, like it's like I could take Wilder. No, you could not. You would die.
No.
He would just get his like entire chest caved in, like imploded.
People can talk shit. I'm gonna talk this shit. I think I can do it. 1 month, I could be even.
I don't doubt that Maxie's got the dog in him, but I don't think the cardio is. I don't think you're able to do that in 1 month. Like I don't.
Psychology either.
Yeah,
You
like
have to have
like
the
you.
psychology to recognize what's going on.
You also have to be able to like punch somebody and hurt them, which is like a whole like and not just hurt them, but like I'm going to punch them like I'm going to kill them kind of thing. Like while not trying to actually kill them, I'm going to hurt them as hard as possible. Yeah, like how Mike Tyson talks about it, which is like even he's like I can't do that now. I could never box because he's like that's too violent for me. Yeah, because I mean, and Panda and I talk about this. If you hit somebody wrong, like, and not even on your fault, like they move and you hit them wrong, they're dead.
There is a
Like they
there's a
die.
guy who is I think it's in like either Philly or New York. He's currently defending against a involuntary manslaughter charge because these teenagers were riding around the block shooting people with gel guns. And they like shot this dude like 5 or 6 times in the face, and he comes up to him and like rips the gel gun out of his hands, like, "Yo, off, get off my block, quit doing that shit." And like the white kid who was shooting him in the face with the gel gun basically comes up and like pushes him and starts a fight, and the guy's like pushing him back. White kid takes a few swings. This guy like clocks the white kid really hard in the face, and he falls back and cracks his skull open on the pavement. He's dead. Like that's just, I mean, that's like street fighting and shit like that too. It's like, you know, Even in MMA and boxing fights, you can have that happen too, but it's not happened in a long time.
This, I just thought of a bit, and like I know you're not saying this, but it's like Maxie being like watching a video of Kimbo Slice and being like, easy, easy, not even.
Him,
Yeah, not. Do you have amnesia? Because you must have forgot I'm him. That's what Max is doing right now.
Yeah, that's what Maxie's thinking. He's looking at Kimbo Slice and being like, if I was a necromancer and I could revive Kimbo Slice as a Grave Knight, I could defeat Kimbo Slice, Grave Knight.
He said, I'm gonna bring him back to life and buff his ass. And then I'm gonna fight him and win.
Power Lich Kimbo Slice versus Maxie on UFC Fight Network on Fight TV Plus Wednesday, October 26th or whatever.
Nah, if you've watched it, you wouldn't forget. Crazy.
He got washed in UFC over and over again. It was the funniest thing, but yeah.
But street fighting, insane. But then he
Yeah.
goes to UFC where people are trained.
Yeah, no, can't. It doesn't work like that at all. There was a bit where Michael Jai White was talking to him about martial arts or something like that, and like he's explaining to Kimbo Slice what fight psychology is, and it was like watching a monkey learn how to crack open a walnut with a rock. It was like Kimbo Slice was for the first time in the world like, oh, that's what that means, fight psychology. What a new invention. It was like, and you're getting this from like Michael Jai White, who's like been retired from karate to my knowledge for like a couple decades or so. It's like, no shade on Michael Jai White, really cool dude, but like, man, imagine.
I mean,
R.I.P. Kimbo Slice. He didn't deserve to die at 40.
yeah. Do you know how he died? I don't know.
I think it was a heart problem or something.
Do you think it was like drugs, like HGH or something, or?
I think it might have just been like, I mean, like that's the thing about like, well, we can have this poverty conversation. It's like a lot of people will do that where it's like, yeah, HGH or something like that. It could have been that, but like it might have as well also just been like, I don't think Kimbo Slice was like a rich dude all his life or anything like that. Like he could have just had a heart problem that went undiagnosed for his entire life and he never knew.
Yeah.
That's just a thing that happens sometimes.
That reminds me, Vince Staples talks about this, where he has a bad throat, like his throat's messed up because he was poor and he ate McDonald's all the time. So now his throat, he had to go like through like some type of therapy for his vocal cords and stuff because he would eat just like, fast food all the time. And like, I'm like, dude, you gotta think. Yeah, dude, give me a year. You know what I mean? All the fast food I've eaten in my life.
Uh-oh.
Dude, I'm telling you. I'm gonna come out. I'm gonna be like, "Hey guys, what's up? Oh, my arm's amputated. Yeah, that's from
That's from this is my 7th fillet of fish this year.
Yeah, that's from.
It's filet-o-fish cramps,
Yeah.
I got that chicken nugget arm. They had to amputate it. It was turning pink like the goo.
Yeah, dude. That's how I don't know. I think about that a lot with random celebrities, but a lot of people are juicing now. I think TikTok has inspired like millions to juice.
We were talking about this on the elevator right up to my apartment. The TikTok influencer guy who looks like young Carrot Top. He's like super jacked, and every time he talks, it sounds like he's struggling to breathe. I just remember the Zach Fox tweet that was like, "My man is absolutely dosing off the goop. He's struggling to breathe. Get the man a doctor." It's like, he's like. There's so many people who are on gear. There's a 30-year-old influencer or whatever. It was like on my brother's birthday, I think last year, that motherfucker croaked the year that my brother turned 30. I was like, he's literally like the same age as my brother, and he's fucking dead of like an aneurysm brought on by high blood pressure because he was just slamming steroids, openly saying that he was on steroids. And then there's like 2 or 3 influencers after that. It's like, okay, now listen, there's a disclaimer for me using HGH. Now listen, you need to get a doctor if you're using HGH. His problem, he was built differently. Brackets bad. He need to see a doctor for going on gear. Like me, I love gear, baby.
I'm not lying. You can like toss a stone at TikTok and find like 7 influencers who are like, yeah, so I do 20% like just natural gear, just natty gear, and then I go like this, but make sure to talk to your doctor about it. And I'm like, bro, just what happened to just working out? I
Well,
don't.
because working out doesn't get you does not make you into no, those like the episode of SpongeBob where he has the inflatable suit, muscle suit. That's what every one of those TikTok dudes looks like, or they're trying to all look like the statue of David, complete with the tiny genitalia, and like. You look at those people and it's like you look like a desiccated skeleton that somebody has drawn musculature onto. Like you're trying to go look like a Baki, like a grappler Baki character. Like you're going for the Biscuit Olivier look, not understanding that it's fiction.
Dude, and then there's like 6'5" guys who are on gear and shit, and they get asked like how much they bench, and they're like 205, and I'm like. Maxi doesn't bench. Maxi could bench 205 in 3 months. I'm not joking. I'm like, that's like incredible, but it's the aesthetic.
While looking like a weird statue man.
Yeah, looking like David Hasselhoff's nephew. You can't.
I don't see what the point is.
I mean, it.
You want to look like roast beef?
They want to look as jacked as possible without having any of the strength or like the health or any of the health benefits.
Well, because it's also just it's an influencing thing where it's like you literally there's not enough time in the day like normally to just be able to do that and also make content and make videos and do all these other things unless you're like a really big professional bodybuilder and stuff. And there was like I don't remember who it was. I think it was like Kai Cenat or something like that. One of the bigger bodybuilders before he retired was like, yeah, I'm worried about the next generation. They all seem like they just aren't really doing it for results, and they seem to not understand what their limits are. Like it's like his basic thing was like, yo, not for nothing, not everybody can look like me, and that's not an insult to the average person. That's just reality. Like genetically, not everyone can look like me. They're not going to. And the reason that okay. I'm going to bring up wrestling again, but Vince McMahon used to own a bodybuilding federation that was explicitly the entire draw was everybody can use steroids. We're not going to steroid test anybody. He paid a bunch of people ruined their careers, and a couple of them died a few years later, but it was basically like he poached a shitload of people from other bodybuilding federations who then got blackballed because Vince McMahon bought out their contracts illegally. And was like, come to my bodybuilding federation. You can do as much steroids as you want. And then a year later, Vince McMahon got caught up in the 1992 steroid trial. Where it was basically like, oh yeah, he's probably guilty of illegally prescribing steroids to all of his wrestlers. And all of the bodybuilding guys had to get off gear in like 6 months and then show up to a bodybuilding thing, and all of them looked like shit. They all looked terrible. And the only one, irony of ironies, who salvaged his career after that was wrestler Lex Luger, because he got into a near fatal motorcycle crash. So he missed both bodybuilding federation episodes and didn't get brought down by the whole thing. He did not ever have to get tested for steroids. He didn't have to testify for any trials because his excuse, his alibi, which was pretty rock solid, was, oh, I almost died in a motorcycle accident. I don't know what you're talking about as far as steroids are concerned. No shade on Lex Luger. He's a pretty cool guy. Bodybuilding is bad.
Yeah, look, I'm just saying, if you want to work out and feel healthy, don't inject yourself with anything or take any supplemental pills. Dude,
there is ways to be healthy and work out and things like that, but normally you're probably not ever going to look like what like most of these people look like.
I will say too, you don't need to. Like, I mean, the way that some of these people look, they look like freaks of nature, dude. They look like, I mean, if you
The liver King loves
Yeah.
HGH, brother.
Like even the Liver King.
The Liver King video where he just like dips his fucking bull testicles into like buttermilk and just starts eating them, and then he's like, actually I need some protein, and he opens up a pack of chocolate protein powder and mixes it in with his fucking bull testicles. And I'm sitting there like this, and he's pulling off the what is it, the skin or whatever of the bull testicles, the film around it, and he's just like, I'm like, this dude's gross. Oh my god.
You ever see those images of like brain scans of a normal brain, and then you see one of people who have ate uncooked meat for like three years in a row? Yeah.
Prions, baby.
Yeah, dude. That's just what it is. Every time I see him eat like raw meat, I just think of like all the brain worms he'll have.
Before he got like exposed for being on gear, and he's still pretty popular even after that. He had a video where his implication was like, people often ask the Liver King, what do the liver kids eat? That's right, they eat like the Liver King. And then he feeds like raw beef liver to his fucking children. And his children think it's fun, like it's a game where they're like, ooh, yeah, gross, yeah. And then it's like, everybody in the comments are like, why did you make your kids eat raw meat, you fucking maniac?
And then he's like, no, it's okay, because I got a special chef who keeps it at a certain temperature and brings it in. And I'm like, that's like saying, like, nah, this dirt's great. I eat this dirt that I found outside, but it's from a special patch of dirt, so there's no germs in it. No germs. We eat the same dirt. I have a chef prepare the dirt. I have him filter it, put some rocks over it, run the dirt through some water, drain it, mix it up. No, this dirt, that's clean dirt. It's, I don't know. And then, like, you think of it, like, it's not like how Japan has their, like, strict regulations for cleanliness.
Yeah.
For, like, chickens, right? Like, or chicken eggs. It's nothing like that. There is
getting it from a farm that is basically, like, for the most part, most of those people are getting it from farms where it's, like, all natural, very cool. But then, like, you dig a little bit deeper into those places, and it's not really regulated as such.
Yeah.
It's, most of it is just, trust me, bro, we're all natural.
And as you can tell, as the Liver King also said, trust me, bro, it's all natural. I mean, I also too, you can't keep meat at a certain temperature and like make it fine to eat raw. Like never, there's still a % chance. That's like condoms. It's not like if you wear a condom, there's a 100% chance you won't have a baby. You know what I mean? Like there's a
million different things that can go wrong.
Yeah, and even a chef who's trained can't prepare it or store it well enough to like foresee any possible mishaps or missteps along the way. I think it's nuts. I think that's like, I mean, that's like with AIDS, like you're not likely to get AIDS from having sexual intercourse, but would you have sex with somebody with AIDS without protection? Like, especially if it's like not your lifelong partner, would you risk like having AIDS? Like, it's like a 2% chance. But if you told me like, oh, you're hooking up with somebody tonight and they have AIDS, I would be like, you know what? I'm going to wear a condom. You know, like that would just be bare minimum. Bare minimum, haha. But you know. You want to say?
No, I don't want to say it. I'm just thinking like, you tell me somebody's got AIDS, I'm not sleeping with them anymore. I'm sorry.
Yeah, well,
I'm not trying to be.
Yeah, I mean, you're also able to do that with any type of STD or any type of, you know.
That's why it's important to disclose it.
Yeah, exactly. It's nice to know information so you don't have to risk a potentially lifelong thing, even if it doesn't kill you.
I like Jim Carrey.
Like Jim Carrey. Oh, you don't know about Jim Carrey?
We had a discussion about this, I think.
I remember something about
Yeah, he gave his very well possibly have given his girlfriend herpes. Yeah.
And then she committed suicide.
Oh yeah.
Later, more than herpes. Yeah.
Look for Jim Carrey in Sonic the Hedgehog 3 coming some holiday later.
Look, I want to say this. I don't know if Jim Carrey is evil because of what he did.
Hold on a second.
Chase is choosing his words very carefully.
I think he's
Perry.
Yeah. Okay, I think he's evil for what he did. I don't know if he's the reason that she committed suicide, and that's a really nuanced topic that's really dark that I don't want to get into. But I will say, if you gave me 3 STDs and like, lifelong STDs and I was already suicidal, I'm just saying. Because you cheated on me? I'm just saying. I just wanted to recant my statements from the earlier episode where I talk about Jim Carrey because I kind of imply he was the reason. I just want to say parody, TM, this is a joke in Minecraft.
Opinion.
Opinion.
Opinions in Minecraft.
Yeah.
Opinion piece in a theoretical Minecraft Wall Street Journal.
Do you guys want to play Minecraft with me? Do you guys want to play Minecraft with me? It's so fun.
No.
It's medieval Minecraft. Medieval Minecraft. Would you guys, if I made a server, would you guys play? If I made it?
The only thing that I've said this before. I don't want to play Minecraft unless it's creative mode. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. I'm not spending 20 years to make one base that's just going to blow up to a fucking creeper anyway.
That's not the
And
point.
then I'm just wasting my goddamn life trying to build the one thing that I want to live in. Like, I want to make in the game. And then I get there and I'm like, I'm just never going to do it. It's just never going to happen.
How long? 32?
32?
Okay, we got 32 minutes of this conversation, so here we go. All right.
We're
Look,
have 32
look,
more minutes on the Minecraft.
I play Minecraft because I have fun playing it and like experiencing it. I don't go into Minecraft to build things. I go into Minecraft to explore and make things. See, we're two sides of the same coin here, brother. You and I aren't so different. You like to create. I like to experience the already made creations.
Shut up.
No, not like, shut up. Grow up.
What Chase does. Are you playing a video game? Yeah, I'm playing a video game. Haha, jumps into a fucking canyon and dies instantly. Me, I wish I could make a house. Let me go look for a tree. I have to walk 30 years to get to a fucking tree, punch it down, get back and make a house.
So I will say this is the problem with The Forest. Have you played The Forest, Riley?
I have not, and I'm not interested.
Yeah, I wanted to do it for like every day I play a horror game, and I was like, okay, this will be part 1 of The Forest. And then I played the part 1, and I was like, this will be the only part of The Forest. Because I realized like half the game is just building shit and like going through the story, and like you have to get 80 logs. You can carry 2 logs at a time.
Yeah.
You see what I mean? Like to create a house.
It is very clear that is meant to be a multiplayer experience first. It's balanced around multiplayer first and like single player dead fucking last. Like apparently a lot of that got changed and got better in the second one. Yeah. But that's survival games for you, brother.
I don't know. I just don't care about survival games.
Yeah.
It just, my brain turns off because, like, I just want to play a video game. And if my video game is now just resource management, why did I not play, like...
A city builder?
Yeah, a city builder.
Yeah.
Or why didn't I play, like, mini motorways or something to where the experience is in, like, 30-minute chunks when like, at minimum, and then I can just stop. I don't know what it is. It's just too much.
This is the closest to on topic that our podcast has ever been. Like, of Axe and Ale, and we're talking about video games. That's crazy. Anyway, so let's talk about those conspiracy theories. Let's get back into... I don't know. But I will say, like, when I do, like, games like The Forest, no views. I do a round of Peglin, amazing views. I'm like...
Peglin's goated. Little...
Little
gobble.
Specific set of stuff in mind to really like get people to like stick around for that sort of stuff.
You mean like survival games? You don't think people like that? Yeah, I
Some
agree.
people do, but you
I
gotta,
agree.
Like, really carve out that niche. Like it's easy to carve out a niche with like Zomboid, but outside of that, you have to like, it's something different.
Like on Baldur's Gate, I have a series where I'm being the nicest guy ever. Like that's like my whole. I'm playing as the nice guy. And like that gets views, and I have fun doing it because I'm doing like a really specific thing where I'm trying to play through and be like, I'm trying to think, what would a nice guy do in this situation? Instead of, what would I do in this situation? Because I am not nice. I think, what would a goody two shoes, dumb little boy think? And then I do that decision. And then, like, sometimes, Baldur's Gate, even though I love it and I think it's game of the year, best game I've played in a long time, even though I think that, at the same time, there's like, oh, this goblin is going to kill this man. Let me kill this goblin. And then I kill him. And then the entire goblin city wants to kill me. And I'm like, that's not what a nice guy would do. He wouldn't slaughter a village, But there's no, you can't do both nice things, which.
Faerun is not a nice guy setting.
Yeah, it's not like goblins are all like, oh man. Yeah.
It's
Gnolls
literally
are literally bred and born to be killed.
like
Yeah.
I'm literally like, because we played the first part of ours or whatever, where we're just doing the two paladins, the drow paladins, and then like I'm sitting there, I'm like, both of our party members are racist. Because I'm thinking like, we're drow, and they're more racist than what we've done so far.
That's my short that blew up on YouTube. Is like, I save Shadowheart at the beginning, and then she's like, and I save Lizelle, and well, not save, but I run with Lizelle, then I save Shadowheart, and then as soon as she gets out, she's like, oh, I see you have a Gith with you, and I was like, dude, I just saved you, and you're gonna be a racist? Oh, great, I saved the racist.
It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, yeah, fucking magic David Duke over here judging me because I want to save the tieflings. Ah, fuck yeah, dude.
So, yeah, like, oh, I'm sorry, I care about people. What the fuck?
It's like trying to save, like, this goblin who's trying to get executed, and Gale is the only one who's like, Gale's like, wow, that's really cool of you to stop that prisoner from being war crimed. And the both other people are like, how dare you not commit war crimes, you cuck.
Lizelle's like weak. you didn't.
About Lizelle is like, there's a bit where she goes magic Larry David if you confront her for being racist to tiefling. She's like, okay, now listen, I'm not racist. I'm just, look, this existing in the material plane is really weird, okay? Only cool bit about that character that you'll never see if you aren't playing a tiefling.
The other cool bit, which gets into something maybe too much information about me, but like the other thing is like I'm playing a nice guy. So at one point I'm like, Lizelle, shut the fuck up. I'm not killing this random person because you think their race is inferior. And then she's just like, oh. And I'm like, oh. I said, this unlocks something in me. I was like, shut up, Lizelle. And then she's like, yes, sir. And I was like, Lord. I said, Lord. I said, you're lucky I'm streaming this because this would have went a different direction real quick. I was like, yeah, just be a good person, you asshole. And then she's like, okay. Fair.
Anyway, speaking of magical racism, why don't we delve into a lighter topic, like real life racism?
Yes.
Ah, whoosh, what a relief.
I thought I'd have to talk about hobgoblins again.
No. Not all go. No, not doing that bit.
Not doing that bit. We're gonna move right. We're gonna skate on past it, baby. Let's go. So I guess I don't even know where to start anymore. I had a whole bit and we've gotten.
Oh, I got it. I can break. So this is real life racism for right now. I just wanted to tell everybody about this. 23andMe was targeted, and they some neo-Nazi leaked a bunch of Ashkenazi Jew information, which is insane. That's insane.
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean anybody can. Anybody
Give
can.
it to the police for free.
That's true. They have my info. They know what part of Europe I'm from.
I think mine is just like a weird slurry.
Like Ireland and Italy. And then
It said Rwanda for me for some reason, and I have no idea why.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. But yeah, 23 and me being shitty. It's all pretty bad, folks. Turns out that giving your biometrics to companies is not good.
Oh, my yeah, my girlfriend has Ashkenazi Jew, so she's in the league. That's terrible. I just realized this.
Yeah.
Do you know? Okay, this is getting. I'm definitely going to cut this out of the final clip. But do you know the clip of Nick Fuentes hitting on a Jewish girl? Do you know that clip? Is this too deep? She's literally like, I know you're a Nazi, but I got those Ashkenazi, and I'm like, I want to die.
No, that is not Lauren Southern. That is fuck. What's her face? It might actually have been Lauren Southern. I don't remember. All of those women look the same to me. They're all weird freaks. Look, they're all of those white women with blonde hair that are like neo-Nazis. They all look the same. They're butter people. They're people made of butter. But yeah, like that. I think that was actually Lauren Southern. Yeah. But no, yeah, she's a really shitty human being, and she almost went to jail because she was Jacob Wall was her boyfriend for a little bit, and she barely dodged getting thrown in jail for the voter fraud shit that Jacob Wall got thrown in jail for.
Look, yeah, what a weird person. I also hate everything having to do with Nick Fuentes. Like, he's the lamest guy on earth. Like, he doesn't even make me mad because of how stupid he is. He just, like, makes me, like, cringe. Which is, like Ben Shapiro makes me angry. Because, like, he has enough pull and enough, like,
Just enough intelligence
Yeah.
and eloquence to actually be a conversational starter in the room, and Nick Fuentes is just this freak dead ender
yeah,
that's
like,
going nowhere.
yeah. And, like, I don't know. Like, Ben Shapiro can make me upset watching him. Like, he actually makes me upset. I don't give him like the light of day, but when I have to watch him talk or something, I'm like, oh, you're so dumb, dude. I'm like, you are such. Either you're being dumb on purpose, or you're just like, I feel bad for you. Like
It's
to.
also baffling that he hires like two actual fascists.
Oh yeah, and he's Jewish. He's Jewish. And he hires Nazis. I mean, yeah, yeah.
Love neo Nazis.
That's like in Germany. I learned about that. I didn't know about that. Like in Germany, when the Holocaust was happening, there was Jewish people who were like, "Yeah, he doesn't like those Jews, those type of Jews." And I'm like, "That's crazy.
Always do that stuff, though.
That's crazy." I mean, because I mean,
Yeah.
I mean, that's literally the biggest example of all history.
I mean, like there's still like the Nazis literally tore down most of Warsaw brick by brick. Everything in Warsaw, by the way, is a reconstruction after the 1940s. Like all the castles, all the historical sites, literally every single building in that city is a reconstruction historically. And there are still Polish people who are like, it's good that Warsaw got destroyed, actually. And it's like, you guys are insane. But yeah, really shitty people. But so speaking of anti-Semitism, I had a short bit that I wanted to do because it's very funny. Well, it was going to be a longer bit, but we've spent a long time talking about boxing and whether or not Maxie would get killed Mortal Kombat style by a Twitch streamer.
Maxie could take Kimbo Slice in his prime.
Maxie could probably take Ben Shapiro, but that's a very
Oh no, Maxie would. I can't even say how well Maxie would have done against Ben Shapiro. I mean,
I think Maxie could probably take on most of the Daily Wire staff, like in a gauntlet match. Like he would just destroy everybody in a Royal Rumble match.
I think Maxie could take on. I'm not gonna lie, because I've seen Maxie. I've fought Maxie before. We've had our fights. We're siblings, and we weren't like haha playing around. Like Maxie was like, I'm gonna kick you down a flight of stairs, like that kind of playing around. But we're just dudes being dudes. But I think Maxie could take on. Generally speaking, I think Maxie could take Steven Crowder. I think Maxie could take. Who name out some names?
Got a weak point.
Oh yeah, his chest, his
boss style weak point. Maxie could just demolish.
yeah, Max would just break his sternum and kill him in the same
Hit
punch.
the giant crab's weak point for maximum damage.
Giant crab. Yeah, Maxie could take. Maxie could take Joe Rogan. Yeah, Maxie could take Joe Rogan. He sure could.
Maxie would be fighting
Yeah,
Joe
I think
Rogan
Chase
like
could take a handicap. Like, this is what you're saying over and
Joe
over
Rogan's
again.
a kickboxer. He did kickboxing.
Man, I don't know, man.
was-
I don't. It's just to me,
What?
with the stigma to it, it just seems like you're saying I could take somebody who's a
These are
fucking
big.
loser.
No, well, yeah, they are losers, but they all like the people I am naming
their big
are
talk.
bravado. Yeah.
Every single one of those guys is constantly like, when we have the Civil War, we will not show mercy. Like Michael Knowles or whatever, talking about like laughing about the trans genocide that he wants to
Yeah,
do.
dude, I would give Michael Knowles a super wedgie. Like literally, him fighting against me, I would give him a super wedgie.
Which is why like his whole like thing, it's like Michael Knowles' weird little thinly veiled threats about reenacting the fucking Day of the Rope or whatever, I don't believe. It's like, dude, you would die like minute one. Like some dude would walk up and like toss a brick at your dick and you'd just die immediately of shock.
You know what? But in comparison, if we want to name out leftists, I think Felix Biederman would beat your ass. He's got some dog in him. He's got some dog in him. He looks like.
Huge though. Like, he's gigantic. He would kill all of us.
I think.
Felix Biederman would like murder everybody in this apartment. Like we tag Joey and Steve into this bitch, and he'd walk in and John Wick mode all of us in a minute.
like
We would die like John Wick villains, like ignobly and pathetically.
But I do think you could take. I don't think Hassan could knock you out. I think.
I think Hassan would.
I don't think so.
Hassan would powerbomb.
I don't think Hassan's that violent. I don't think Hassan's that violent.
I know. We're talking about like if it's like we're talking like it's a Saw game where like Jigsaw turns on the screen is like, you have 5 minutes to kill each other or the the chlorine gas will fill the room and kill the both of you. Appreciate your life after I pour lead down your urethra or whatever. It's like. Yeah, the Saw movie's doing now. I don't remember. There's a device strapped to your penis that will pour molten lead down your urethra if you don't kill Hassan Piker in a boxing match.
I think Maxie could hold his own for 10 minutes against Hassan. I'm not joking. I think, but you know, but
Further away from all topics because we're going
Yeah.
back to whether or not could stack up.
I love this
I
bit.
think that Maxie could take on Goro for Mortal Kombat.
Dude, you versus Gara though, that would be tough.
Oh yeah, you know, like I think Maxie, I think he's got a 5-6 matchup against Shao Kahn with the Thunder Hammer.
You don't have the Jin Cherokee in you, but I think you could take Gara. I think you could take Shikamaru. Rock Lee would kill you. Rock Lee would kill you. Yeah. Yeah. We're doing power levels, but with real people now. That's all it is.
Listen, I think Mike Tyson could probably kill Jiren from Dragon Ball Super.
Mark Wahlberg. You could take Mark Wahlberg.
It's like, yeah, you could take Patrick Bateman.
Yeah, I don't know. If we're talking real life people. Yeah, I think you could take Kimbo Slice.
Could it come back? I think Kimbo Slice could probably run through the majority of the /R Super Stonks for him.
That's so dude, Diamond Hands, not anymore.
More like Diamond Grave.
Yeah, Diamond Hands.
They're going to be paupers' graves because all of them spent all their money on Bed Bath & Beyond.